live screen. Okay. So we have other markets that we're working in, and we have to do market analysis to make it be successful. I apologize for all my other stuff popping up. I had to reset my computer right before this, you know, how the internet is, does what it want to do. We have private groups as well. So we do personal growth and development on Tuesdays, financial growth and development private group over there on Tuesdays as well. And then on the fourth on Tuesday, we got a Why Wait to Be Great private group, folks that's trying to start a business and start to monetize it and want to scale it. We got real estate training going on through the week as well. And then on Thursday, we also have some private group training with Burr. Because after you meet the mark with buying houses, making money, having passive income, you replace your salary. Once you replace your salary, now you want to start buying that's how you replace your salary through Burr. You start buying rental properties and you make enough money to replace your salary. You keep working your job. Nobody ever telling you to stop working your job. We're telling you to start using your money for passive investing. Then you start giving your money to other people or leveraging your money, partnering with other people so that you can make more money. Your money making money, right? So that's the game. That's what we're trying to do. Coach, that's the intro. We ready for the conversation to come with you. My internet is moving so slow. It's ridiculous. I hope I'm not dragging. Coach.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am here, brother. How are you?
All right, brother. What's the deal, yo, man? Everything good?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, man, a lot of hard work, a lot of opportunity, a lot of amazing things happening, man. Life is good. It really, really is, man. And yeah, I'm excited for to be able to share this information this evening.
Absolutely, man. Well, look, we ain't gonna hold you all night tonight, man. We ain't going to. You can talk about some wins, some losses, what's going on, have your way at it. I'm here. If you want me, I'm going to turn my camera off when you start speaking so that you can give it to them. Or if you want to have a casual conversation, however you want to do it. But the floor is yours to take over and do what you do, bro.
No, you know what, man? You know, here, this will stop other screen sharing. Okay, coach, whenever you stop your screen sharing.
Yeah, I'm good. You can stop it.
So yeah, you know what, man? I was going through my notes and I'm sitting here looking at, you know, all the information that, you know, we have prepared and ready to share with the people on sub 2. And what I realized is that the information that I have right now, it's a 2-part series. So, you know, the 2-part series it's, you know, dealing with sub 2s as well as pre-foreclosures. The pre-foreclosures that market has been where I've gotten I've gotten like the majority of my leads when it comes to sub 2, right? So there are other ways to get your leads from sub 2s, but you know, pre-foreclosures has been my, like, what do they call it? Bread and butter. You know, leads, what leads look like for subject to opportunities are pre-foreclosures, expired listings, failed listings, 6 months or more listings, family, relatives, friends, you know, deployment. So it's so many different, ways of getting your hands on these types of opportunities. But today, coach, because I know that, in 2 weeks, I'll also be sharing some more information on pre-foreclosures. So I say, you know what, boom, let me just do a 2-part series. Let me go ahead and share pre-foreclosures and sub 2s, right? So if you guys out there aren't familiar with what subject to real estate financing is, what it is in a nutshell is whenever the seller of the home decides to deed the property over to the buyer in exchange for a promise to pay. Okay, a promise to pay. Now, whenever they make this transaction, sometimes it is a monetary transaction and sometimes it's not. Where it works and it benefits both parties. One, the seller, they're distressed. They need to get rid of this problem, this property. They're ready to move on. They just want, they ready to move on. They want to keep going. The buyers, hey, look, they're looking for opportunities to continue to build out their business and their portfolios. So they need houses like this. Because when you're doing subject to, one thing's for certain, you're not using your credit. That's one thing for certain. You don't use credit. All right. Second thing, if the pain point is big enough for the seller in many cases is willing to just go ahead and deed you the property. Now, whenever they deed you the property, they will also leave the mortgage in their name. You're probably wondering and asking like, wait a second. So I can have ownership to an actual asset, but I don't own the debt. Yes, you absolutely can. Have you ever seen people that are married and only one person is on the mortgage, but the other person, the spouse, is on the deed? Yeah, so the spouse has zero to do with the debt, but everything to do with what happens to that property. So the seller can't sell without that, without their spouse. So that's an example. So to sum it up, hope this makes sense. Seller agrees to sell the property to the buyer, subject to the existing mortgage, meaning that the mortgage is going to stay in their name, and the buyer has a promise to pay agreement with the actual seller, a promise to pay. And sometimes that does, require some actual cash. Sometimes it doesn't. I've closed plenty of transactions without any type of cash involved. And hence, that's why I use pre-foreclosures primarily. But let's jump into this. Guys, if you got any questions, man, just raise your hand, drop your comments, your messages in the actual chat box. And whenever we get close to the end, we will just go ahead and just answer those questions at the end. So let's hop into it. How to sub to pre-foreclosures. I love this. My personal goal is to actually pick up one of these every 3 months. If you can do that, that's for a year. If you can pick up 4 properties a year that you don't own the debt, but you control that asset, oh yeah, you're doing some amazing things, amazing things. Let me grab some water here. All right, starting out, one of the things that, we need an understanding of what an actual foreclosure is and what a pre-foreclosure is, okay? So a foreclosure, to sum it up, the bank has already, repossessed the home, okay? The bank has already repossessed the home. So the homeowner no longer controls nor own that actual property. And with pre-foreclosures, what the bank is doing is taking the legal process of regaining ownership of the property if the owner fails to, follow through on their commitments. And their commitments, in essence, pay the mortgage, right? So that's the difference. Foreclosure, bank already owns. Pre-foreclosure, the bank is threatening to take the property back. Now, banks can't just say, oh, you ain't paid me my money this month, boom, give me my house back. No, the bank still has a fiduciary right to continue to reach out to the actual seller to try to help them in every way possible to get them back on track to where they can retain ownership of the property. Because banks, they're not in the business of buying back debt. They're in the business to selling debt, right? Let me repeat that. They're not in the business of buying back debt. They're in the business of selling debt. So meaning that once you actually purchase this property with that lender, as you will see, you look up, several months later, boom, they've sold that debt. And then so forth and so forth. That's the business that they're in. So remember the difference between foreclosure, pre-foreclosure. All right, the process. How long does the foreclosure process actually take? This is important if you're going to be, targeting pre-foreclosures for opportunities to help those families. Now, whenever I say target, don't take it the wrong way, because a lot of people that's going through this process, They're looking for help. They're afraid to ask for help and they're embarrassed. So whenever I reach out, hey, the very first thing I do, I ask them, are you interested in selling your home or retaining your home? Because there's options for both. That's always my very first question. Because I want them to know that, hey, look, if you want to keep it, here's the things that call the bank and here's the things to say to them. If you don't want to keep it, yes, I would like to stop this foreclosure and acquire this property from you. Save your credit, save your life, all those things. Boom. So it's a win-win. All right. So looking at the process, how long does it take? You pretty much have 6 phases. First phase, the missed payment. That's whenever you're in default. Second phase, and this could happen, you missed the payment 30 days, now you're in default. The notice of default will come shortly after. All right. Then after the notice of default, you have the notice of trustee sale. What does that mean? That means that now, look, they're ready to take you to court. Okay. And make it public notice. And during that time period is typically what they call list pendants. All right. So now the trustee sale happens. That's the auction. So now the property is put up for sale for investors like ourselves or large banks, other real estate investment groups, other regular people, private investors to actually come in and bid on on that property and retain and take ownership of it. If no one buys it, the bank then has an REO, real estate owned. So remember, if it says REO, that means the bank put the house up for auction, nobody purchased it. Okay. And a lot of times, investors, we won't buy them at auctions because we know that we can get a better deal after the bank owns them free and clear. Ours retained ownership. Now, if it's a really good deal, and I'll show you how you can tell if it's a really good deal, investors like myself, yep, we'll definitely go down and bid on the actual property. Now, from the auction, then it moves over to the eviction. That's the sad part. If the sellers are still in the home, the bank will go in. They do give them a notice. Banks do everything that they possibly can to not embarrass them. So they will give them a notice, time to be out. If they're not out, then the marshals have to go in and actually remove their items. And my experience, I haven't seen the marshals removing anyone's items, and I hope I don't. Right. All right. So that's the process. Okay. Default, notice of default, trustee sale. Well, notice of trustee sale, the sale, the bank repossesses the home, the eviction process. And even if the sellers have vacated the property, the bank still has to go through the eviction process. It's crazy. It's crazy. But it is like really, really crazy. So you'll have people will abandon properties for years. And the banks have yet to make it to the REO stage. And those are the kinds that I like. I like them because there's still time. There's still time for me to step in to negotiate and take ownership of that property. I hope that's making sense to you guys. So when you're looking at how long it takes, you see, guys, Hawaii there, it takes the longest. Man, that's like several years there. It's like 10 years in Hawaii to foreclose on somebody. New York, Indiana, Arkansas, Tennessee. Some of the ones, the quickest state I know of is Texas. Texas, 6 months, you're out. 6 months, you're out. To the real estate on 6 months. But other states, like I say, it could be years. It could be years before you're actually able to, the bank is able to take that house back. So that's why they're really big on ensuring people have the PMI for properties that are that has less than 20% equity. Really big on that. All right, so let's transition over here to judicial versus non-judicial states. Okay, the difference between the two. One, the bank has to go through a lengthy process to repossess the home. The other, they don't. A lengthy process here on these phases could be stretched out again for years. Certain states, shorter time. So if you're going to, target pre-foreclosures, and you want to, be creative with how things are going and don't want to put up any money, the best ones to target is going to be the judicial states, because those are the states with the longest timelines. Non-judicial, nope, boom. The bank can go straight to the courthouse, file it, they moving on. Judicial, bank has to go to the court, it has to be approved, then they can move on. We see what's happening right now with the eviction moratoriums going on around the country. Certain areas that I invest in, it's an 8-month backlog, 8-month backlog. And that's so unfair to owners of property, so unfair to continue to have to pay those mortgages while people live for free. All right, so let's take a look. If you want to target, if you want to, narrow down your business and look for places to where you have more time to find sellers, more time to negotiate with banks, find the judicial states. Okay, let me give you a couple examples. Louisiana, I love those states because I know there's no rush. Whenever I find a property in Louisiana that's going through the pre-foreclosure stage, boom, I immediately take action. I do, but I know that, hey, typically I have several months before the bank is ready to repossess the home. All right, so I have that. So this is where I would like to be. Now, if you have access to a lot of capital, and capital can be cash, can be retirement, it could be, 401k, could be from other private investors. It could be credit, non-judicial states could prove to be very beneficial. Very, very beneficial. These transactions move a lot faster. If you ever heard something called cash for keys, banks will do cash for keys, basically give the cash to owners to move. Private investors like us can do cash for keys as well. We can pay the seller, funds to actually deed us the property and help them move, right? So we can do that. So I just want you guys to know that. Judicial versus non-judicial. And also, Coach T will have this actual presentation here. So if you guys need more time to go through this, all you have to do is shoot Coach T an email and he'll send this out to you. All right. So now let's move over to ways to stop a foreclosure. We've discussed what a foreclosure is. We've discussed the two different types of states. Oh, here's something I really, really need to point out before I move forward to ways to stop foreclosure. So certain states actually have a redemption period. What does that mean? Redemption period. Redemption period is even after the bank has repossessed the home, the state will give the seller an opportunity up to 18 months in different states to, regain possession of their property. Can you believe that? I've taken something back and now the court system says, hey, I can't do anything with it for another 18 months because I got to give you a chance to pay me. Talk about some bull. Now, here's the thing. Whenever they pay, some banks, if they're a small bank, they'll negotiate with the seller to where they can pay just what they're behind in their fees. Other banks, they say you got to do one balloon payment. So you got to pay me off. But the crazy thing about that is, in these states, people can live in these houses. They can live in these houses, don't pay a mortgage. The bank could take them to court. win the property back, and don't have to pay a mortgage for another year. So it could be in the house 2 to 3 years with never paying a mortgage. Want to talk about unfair, man. But a lot of people do it. A lot of people do it. But this is where people like us come into play. We identify these people and we offer them a way out. Because, internally, it's eating them up on the inside. It is. It really, really is. So we step in and we offer them a way out. And that's what I love doing. So let's look over, at ways to stop a foreclosure. It's 8 ways that I know of. There's probably more, but it's 8 that I know of. I'll touch on them here briefly. Our repayment plan. Repayment plan is basically the owner negotiating with the banks that, hey, put me on a payment plan, let me pay more than what my mortgage is every month and until I'm caught up. So banks will do that. Okay. That's what a repayment plan is. Reinstatement. Reinstatement is, hey, I'm $20,000 behind. Let me just pay the $20,000. And you reinstate my loan to good standings. The banks will do that. That's $20,000. You got a forbearance. Forbearance is where the bank says, hey, you're going through hard times. Fill out this paperwork. Let me work with you to, put you on this temporary forbearance where you don't have to make payments. 3 to 6 months later, we'll pull you off of forbearance and then we'll, give you a new mortgage payment. Okay, that's one thing. Modification, which I absolutely love. Modification is where the bank takes all the money that you're behind, all the money the seller is behind, all the money the seller owes, and they wrap it back into their loan into a new mortgage note. I love those. Love those. Now, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those top 4, the owner of the property is able to retain the ownership of the home. So remember, whenever I said, hey, I reach out, the very first thing that I ask, hey, are you interested in selling or retaining? Okay. Because if you want to retain, hey, there's 4 options for you right there. All you have to do is communicate with the bank, let them help you. Okay. Now, if they don't want the property, you can short sale. That is if you start that process, the bank will stop the foreclosure and then they will allow you to sell the house for less than what you owe on it. Now, whenever they do that, they also sign a promise note of, hey, we promise not to come after you for any funds that that we're still owed. I literally purchased a property for $54,000. The seller owed $112,000 on the house. Oh, I'm sorry. No, seller owed $148,000. And I purchased it via short sale for $54,000. I can pull it up right now and show you guys I flipped it. Beautiful house on 12 Oaks. I don't even remember. I think it's 6713. I have to go back, but I'll try to take a look at that while I'm here, while we're on this thing, see if I can actually find that house because I can't remember it, the actual address. But yep, I flipped that house. So then you have a deed in lieu. A deed in lieu is when the seller basically gives the house back to the bank. Just transfer ownership back. That's the quote unquote cash for keys. Okay, that'll stop foreclosure. A bankruptcy. You could do a bankruptcy and stop a foreclosure, right? So you can do that. So lastly, you have a temporary restraining order. Yes, I know, as weird as it sounds, you can actually put a restraining order on against a bank. You can actually do that. Weird as it sounds. And doing that restraining order, it will stop. During that time, that restraining order, again, it says temporary, is there as a protection mechanism. So the owner of that property can actually file a restraining order against the bank. And you know what happens? The bank has to restart the entire process, which could take years. literally years. So hence gives those sellers, the opportunity to live in those houses a lot longer. So it stinks, it sucks, but it's part of the process. Yeah, it sucks really, really bad. But yeah, so Coach, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pause here for a quick second. I'm going to ask you, do you have anything you want to add to any of that, Coach?
So since you gave me the opportunity to do that, I will. I would say that the most important thing now, it's a niche. When Coach say the word, if you choose a target, that's your niche. All right. And in any adventure that we do, we find a body of people we're trying to assist and help with another level. And some people say, hey, this word, that word, but I just want to make sure everybody understand that that's what that means. That's why Coach said it's not a bad target. It's like, hey, here's the body of people you want to assist with out of their problems. In real estate, it's a game of who do you want to help, right? Who do you want to help? Now, Coach said for a long time, he liked to assist people from saving their credit, right? Saving them from being in bankruptcy, saving themselves from having embarrassment of, the bank taking their house from. They can walk away with their head high and they can be happy. So Coach made a lot of money and made a lot of great deals and wholesaled a lot of those deals based off the fact that he went to go and serve someone that is deeply distressed, a person. The house is not in distress. The person is in distress, right? You have the other person, which is myself. I'm an investor. I'm in distress. I work a 9-to-5 job. I don't have the time to go find deals. I don't have the time to research this stuff. I don't have the time to learn everything about a deal. I'm in distress because I have money. I would love to invest and make my money make money. Coach, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got you.
Oh, okay. I said it. So I have money that I want to invest into smarter things than a car, smarter things than my hair, smarter things than a suit, smarter things than a vacation, right? I got money that I want to invest into an asset that's going to buy my suit, that's going to buy my car, that's going to pay for my vacation, right? So I'm in distress, but thank God, oh God, I got a friend named Joe. Coach Joe know how to do these things. So therefore, he go find these great deals and he wholesale them to me. He makes some money, fine. I have no hell of time. He trade his time. I'll trade my time for money and he got to trade his money for time. So I'm spending my money to get his time and he's going to do what he has to do to give me good deals. So guys, subject 2 is awesome. I love it. Thank you, Coach, for bringing this to our attention tonight so far. I did put a link for everyone on the call. I did put a link inside of the chat box. If you fill it out, you get twofer. I call it a twofer right here. You get seller questions. If you want to talk to somebody that got a house for sale, you need to know what the heck to ask them. So you get that. And then you get a part of my group list so you can get this PowerPoint. So once Coach shared his PowerPoint with me, I'll be able to email it to you. So that's 2 for 1. You get the questions to ask someone that have a house for sale. And then you get this also, you get the PowerPoint, you get added to the list so you can get the PowerPoint. So tomorrow, whenever I get all this stuff, I can shoot it out to you at once. All right, Coach, that's all I got.
No, I like it. No, you're absolutely right, Coach. It's all about helping, people with their problems. And Coach, I just looked at the, I was saying that, I pay like $54,000 for the house, and I just looked at the HUD and I was wrong. I actually paid $60,000 for the house. It's been since 2018 for the house, but this is a photo of that house there. Remember I said Louisiana, I love Louisiana. So Coach, this was a photo of the house. Now, I paid $60,000 for this house. They just sold it. The sellers just sold this house for over $200,000. Coach, man, I wish I would have kept this house. Yeah, I wish I would have had it for a rental. This property right now, whenever I flipped this house, Coach, and this came from the stopping the foreclosure process. And I'm going to show you guys exactly where I got this lead from. Coach, when I got this house, if I were to rent it out that property, I'll be, renting that property out $1,400 a month right now. My mortgage note on that house with the interest rates at that time would probably be around $900. Now watch this. Today, if I own this house, I'll be renting it out for about $1,700. Coach, I'm sick. I'm sick, coach. But it's a beautiful house though, right?
Absolutely.
Beautiful house, man. I like that. That was one of my favorite flips there. And you know what else, coach? I had this house here and I had another house in walking distance on Candlestick that I purchased the exact same way. Man, I love this stuff, man. I got, I just love this stuff. Love it, love it, love it. Love it. So, coach, we got a question in there. But yeah, we'll get to that at the end. So yeah, guys, please continue to, put your questions in the box so we can get to those, here within the next like 10 minutes here. So yeah, I'm gonna move on a little bit more, coach. So like I come to, I say, all right, so what's next? All right, it's all about leads. It's all about leads. So what I'll do here is I'm going to share with you guys one lead source where I get my leads from. And then here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to park it. And on next time that we reconnect, I will then transition to how I find my leads, to how, let's just give you an example here. What's next to come? How I find the leads, okay? The systems I use, amortization calculators and why those are important, my scripts, document checklist that you actually need if you're going to speak and negotiate with the banks, the purchase contracts, seller acknowledgments. I'm going to go through all these things with you guys. Limited power of attorney. Then I also give you a video walkthrough of a property that I picked up subject to, coach. This house right here, another beautiful house. Paid zero. Well, coach, it cost me like $11,000 for that property. And it cost $11,000 because I made it new. I went in and I had to make it ready, buy appliances, all those things. But average, no, you don't have to pay any money. I'll show you an example like this here of how you can get this. See if I can pull that up. How you got this past due amount here, roughly 53,000. I'll show you exactly how to get past these things, and then how to get in there, fix that loan where now your mortgage note is $300 a month. I'll show you how to do that. And then you lease the property out for $1,700 a month. I'll show you exactly how to do those things. So, but for now, this is going to be next time we connect, coach. I think I'm up in 2 weeks. Is that right, coach?
Yes, sir.
Yep. Okay. 2 weeks. I'll come back and I'll show you that. You see the dates here. This was just last year. This is real stuff, real stuff. I'll show you exactly how to do these things. These things are important. They really are. They're important for that. They help everyone involved. They help the banks. They help the sellers. They help you as the investor. They help the community. I mean, they're helping everyone around. So, coach, I'll make sure that I circle back around to that. So let me go over here and share with you guys how I find leads. Okay. And this is the pre-foreclosure side. Okay. This is the pre-foreclosure. Let me see here. So I use default research. Default research, nationwide database, as you see it here for pre-foreclosures. So this is the site, one of the sites I use, one of my favorites. So let's go. As I said, hey, I love Louisiana. So let's log in. All right, coach. let's take a look at the area where, you know, where we like to do business, right? So we can go by the county or you can go by the city. Let's go by the county. Uh-oh. There we go. All right, here we go. So now, look at all these foreclosures in that county, Coach. Or are you surprised to see this many?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, probably are. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. That's a lot. So now, this is where we're at, where we're targeting pre-foreclosures. Now, what I like to do, like I said, on this site here, I will go through this site. And because I like nice houses, like the one that I showed you guys earlier, I like nice houses. So what I'm looking for nice properties. But hey, do not sleep on a trailer like this. Trailer like this could have a ton of cash flow potential. So I see that house. Let me see that house. Let me just go click on one and show you what I look for. Let's click on the trailer. So here's the address, pre-foreclosure. So what I want to know is, first thing I want to know is, hey, when is the eviction date, the auction? Okay. So I look up here. I don't see the actual auction date, which is good. Okay. So let me keep going. Oh, there we go. 4/26. So that's this month coming up. Now, I don't see the mortgage information. Let's go here. Click on this pre-foreclosure tab. Okay, so the auction was scheduled here. They pushed it back. Still no mortgage information. Ah, 109,000. That's the mortgage. So now you're like, man, well, I pay 109,000 for a trailer. I don't know yet, you know, but remember, you're not cutting a check for this trailer. You're negotiating with the owner of the property to see if they're interested in keeping it or selling it. All right, so look, 9 days. It shows that it's up for auction already. Look at this. The seller, because they have photos, this tells me the seller has already vacated the property. So now, again, I don't typically target trailers. You know, I don't. So I can move on from this one. But I just want to see what the Zestimate for the property is, 115,000. So when I see that, then I see the auction date is this month, and I see the mortgage balance. Like, it's not sexy enough for me. Let me go back and try to find something even nicer. Let's take a look at this single family home. I know this area here. See if we can find the auction date. Again, this month. $66,000, okay? Roughly 67. So now what I want to see, let me just see what they say that the property is worth. Like what's happening in that area. Zillow. Oh, that's 308. So let me do this here. All right. There we go. All right. 1,600. They think the property is worth up to 120. All right. So look, you got, you know, almost $60,000 worth of equity in the deal. But you look at it, it appears someone lives there. So it's not bad to actually go knock on the door. So look, again, that's the site I use to find pre-foreclosures, right? So now I use PropStream as another source to actually see if I can find if the owner lives at the house. See, you cross-reference things together. So I come here. Oh, look at it, doesn't even pull up that address. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Yep, it says owner occupied. See that right there? Then you go over here, look at mortgage information back in 17. Yep, look at that. That's it right there. 17, they what it looks like here in 17, they went and took out it was probably a refinance because of the length of ownership. They've been there so long it doesn't even show. So it's probably a family home now. So again,
Coach, you said that quick loan. Yeah, the name of the company right there let you know they took like a little, like a little second mortgage. Yeah.
Yeah, and again, the property is nice. It's not bad, but it's not sexy enough for me. So I want to keep digging to see if I can find something a little bit better. I know that area. Again, somebody lives there. Let's just look at it. So I want to see if I can find one that you guys be like, whoa. Okay, so this one here, they don't have too much information. Let's click on it. Or the auction's coming up. That one's at 164,000. I'm not even interested in looking at that one. That one's probably a reverse mortgage, just from me looking at it and seeing the value that's owed on it. Okay, let me see if I can find a good one. Okay. This is a nice area right here. All right, 419. All right. Boom, 143. That's close to market value. And the auction is so close to where, I don't think I want to come out of pocket for that loan. So I need something that's going to have a lot of meat on the bones. Let's see here, Coach. Here we go. Those are nice. You can look at the rooftops there, Coach. All right, so this person here filed bankruptcy this year. You can move on that one. You can still reach out to them and see if they're interested in selling, but you file bankruptcy, you're trying to retain your assets and relieve that pressure. So as you see, look, I'm just looking. Oh, Coach, this is a good one here. We know Newcastle. Let's see. Okay, auctions in May. Okay, I like this one. Okay, got some time there. Okay, they did a bankruptcy. Okay. What we don't know anything about the mortgage yet. So remember I said amortization calculator. This is where these types of things come into handy at. So when I cross-reference, I'm looking for owner. Okay, Miss James, they say she lives there. Okay. Let's go to mortgage information back in 2006. They believe that they owe $109,000. Now, here's the thing. That's if they were actually paying their mortgage. That's what they would probably owe. Right now, it's probably more along the lines of, in and out. They did the bankruptcy there. They probably caught back up. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 150, 160. So now, let's see. All right, Coach, you see this house here? The value, just a quick value is 260, which I believe it is probably upwards in that 280s in that neighborhood. So now, Coach, let me ask you this here, Coach, your opinion. This property, you can get ownership of this property. The balance on the loan is $160,000. Okay. They are $15,000 behind. They've moved away from the house. Would this be a property you would be interested in?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now let me share with you how I would go about getting you this property. Okay. Reach out to the sellers, the owners, tell them that, hey, ask them a question again. Are you guys interested in retaining a home or selling a home? Because there's options for both. They know what one of the options are because they've done a bankruptcy. If they are tired and they've already vacated the property, excellent. So let me ask you, if I'm able to stop the foreclosure, you know, get your loan back in good standings, and would you be willing to sell me the house for exactly what you owe on it? Typically, they're going to say yes if they're done. Their number one thing is they do not want to spend any money. I'll do it, but I don't want to spend any money. I don't have any. Perfect, because you don't have to. So what I would do from there, coach, because I know the time frame I have, very first thing I'm doing is contacting the bank. Well, I'm doing a borrower's authorization. That's back on that checklist that I said I'll have to go over with everyone. The borrower's authorization, I'm calling the bank on their behalf. I'm starting to negotiate with the bank. So when I call, when's the date? Okay. Who's the attorney? Okay, done. I'm finna stop the foreclosure. Next thing I do is I put the property, and I do this first, second, put the property under contract, a subject to contract, purchasing it for what they owe on. Right. Third thing I do is I have them sign a quit claim deed, because now I'm getting ready to go to battle. Quit claim means that they are saying that, hey, look, right now, I don't even want the property. You can have it. Perfect. I don't record that deed yet. I just get ownership, of that property. Now I contact the bank and I start my negotiations. When I do my negotiations, the very first thing I want to do is I want to acquire this house here with as little money as I possibly can. So when I start my negotiations, boom, I'm going in to modify their loan. Let me say that again, modify their loan. Now, here's the thing. I can't sign their loan documents. Only they can. Here's the sexy thing about that, coach. They'll sign them because it's relieving pressure. It's solving a problem. They don't have to think about it anymore. So you modify their loan. After the loan is modified, remember, they've already signed over the deed. After the loan is modified and back in good standing, boom, you go ahead and record your deed. Now you have ownership of the property. Then from there, boom, you get the property ready for rent, to flip it, whatever you want to do. That's how you do it. That's one way. Another way, because we saw all the different ways. That's just one way. So I always tackle the way that's going to save me the most money first. It's the number one thing I want to do, save the most money. And I also want to help the families, right? So that's how I conduct my business. So in that example there, got the property free. You get the property for free. Free. You get it for free. So now let's take a look at this property here. It's another nice house. So I'm targeting nice houses. So guys, this doesn't have to be like horrible, beat up properties. This does not. It could be really nice houses. So this auction is coming up on the 12th. So I always look at those that's coming up just to see, because one time we got really, really lucky. Okay, 116,000. Nah, it's not lucky enough for me. We got really lucky. We bought a house for $54,000, guys. We put $50,000 into it, and we were able to sell it for like 190. So we got really, really lucky. Okay, let's try this one out here. 426, another one. All right. And remember how I said the timeline? So basically these properties here that we're seeing, they're closer to, 1, 2, 3. So they've been out there for a while. I know Linda Street. Let's see here. Let's see if I can find one more. Keep going. See if I can find a good location. Here's one. All right, 412. Boom. Coach, right here. Look at that. Auction next week, 47,000. Okay. Now let's go take a look. Coach, will you buy this house for 47,000? Well, coach over there probably eating. So anybody on this
I
call,
said, yeah.
would they buy this house for 47,000?
I said, yeah, you can't hear me?
No, we can't hear you, man. You should have been screaming to the top of your lungs. Not yeah, but hell yeah, I'll buy that house for $47,000.
I said, hell yeah to the yeah.
Yes, sir. Look at this house right here, right behind it for sale. 226. 226. And this house here, roughly the same type of square footage. Coach. Now let's cross-reference it. All right. Owner, live in the property. Yep. That was spot on. Yep. 8 years, 7 months. Yep. Coach, I think I'm finna have to call this guy. What you think? Well, I don't care what you think. I'm calling him anyway. First thing in the morning. It's 9 o'clock, so I'm gonna call him first thing in the morning. But that's how you find deals. That's how you find deals, my friend. That right there. Let me go ahead and send this email over here to myself. Make sure I got this on my calendar first thing in the morning. Because I gotta get it. I gotta get it. Yes, sir, man. Y'all just got me energized over here. How about that? Shoot, man. What? Regular sales, man. What? Mm-hmm.
I feel like you can hear me. Why can't you hear me?
I don't know, Coach. I don't know what you're
doing. I think you can't hear because you're over there getting excited.
I ain't getting excited. I'm there now, brother. Hey, I'm there now. Hey, I am there now. But it just goes to show, Coach. It goes to show how fast, if you just do your due diligence. We really sat here on the call. We logged into the system. 10 minutes in, boom, we strike gold. We strike gold on finding a property. Now watch this. I get the number. The numbers don't work. Boom. Hey, I send the headhunters. Go knock on the door. They're not there. Go knock on the neighbor's door. They not there. Let's go to social media. Let's track down next of kin. Let's get this thing going. So, Coach, this is literally how people are making thousands and millions of dollars. Thousands and millions of dollars. And I was happy to be able to share that with you guys because that just got me fired up. And that's a pre-foreclosure. I can go in and sub to that deal. Now watch this, Coach. That house right there, the balance on the loan is $47,000. If we want to do a reinstatement amount, I'm sure the reinstatement is half that, $20,000. I'm pretty sure. So I could go buy that house for 47 grand, or I can go reinstate the loan for 20 grand, put the other 20 grand into the house, bring up the value. Now I can refinance the house out 100,000 and put 50,000 in my pocket. Put about $30,000 to $40,000 in my pocket tax free. Coach, we got business due tomorrow, don't we?
Absolutely, man. First thing in the morning, I make out I'm going to sleep tonight so I can get up.
Oh, don't worry. Hey, look, I'm up at 3:30 in the morning.
Absolutely. Nah, man, I really appreciate you sharing this information with everyone, showing them exactly step by step what you're doing, how you do it, and why you do it, and who you're doing it for. I believe we have the 5W, the who, what, when, where, and why. If no one understands that concept, that's not a problem. You can learn. We actually have a class where we're selling this information to you, and welcome. You was a part of the first class only. So looking forward to what the future may hold so that these people can make phone calls and get on the software and do just what you did. You shared the resource that you use. You shared the secondary resource you used, and you showed them word for word, step by step, exactly what to do. So if he can do it, so can you do it. What I'm sharing, Coach, again, for everybody that's got on a call a little late, that was subject to class tonight course, just free information. Y'all, you can't say nobody's giving out information for free out there. We are burning our time, so we're really more like donated information. We donate the information to you, and we're really working on our nonprofit organization because we're giving information away for free. You just got to take the actions. We also going to have a Chicago analysis. That's where we're doing business at right now in Chicago. We're in the double digits on buying properties there, and we're going to keep moving. Either you're going to get on a train and ride, or you're going to keep on being on the sideline talking about what they doing and what they doing and what they doing, right? Then Coach says 2 parts. He's going to come back, talk more about pre-foreclosures and subject to as well. He'll have a break, and then I'll come back and talk about the Raleigh. Right now I'm in North Carolina, Fayetteville, North Carolina. Raleigh is a very sought-out area here. Fayetteville is a sought-out area here. And then I think I'm going to do DC market and Baltimore market next. So basically, Coach showing you the actions he's taking. I'm showing you the market analysis. So if you join our group, if you join our team, the information is already researched. The knowledge is already there. The experience you'll have to gain. That's the part you will have to gain. So we believe in you learn, you earn, and you return back to make more money. Guys, this is not something you cannot do. The only thing that stops you is 6 inches. Whatever's stopping you is 6 inches. The distance from one ear to the other ear, what's in between. Your mind telling yourself you don't have it. You can't do it. You don't know what to do. You don't know because you haven't tried. If you tried and you start doing a little bit every day, you'll be surprised at the power of that compound knowledge of just taking steps every day. That's how you eat a pizza. You bite it every day. I mean, I bite it in a couple times and then you eat it, right? A slice. So you can learn this. You can do this. It's not above your head. I'm not the smartest person in the room. Coach Joe is the smartest person in the room. I ain't gonna say it about him. I'll say it about me. But but you can do this. You can do this. You can do this. You have to take steps. You got to believe in yourself. You can't be a quitter on yourself. That's all. Just don't quit. Keep going till you get it. Just like Coach. And that's what I'm going to say, Coach. Right when you said, I'm not going to do any more. Okay, I think I'm going to let go. Man, I'll do one more. Guys, he said, I'll do one more. And then he said, bingo. What? That's when he got excited. When he just was about to quit, he got a breakthrough. When he just was about to stop, he got a breakthrough. He said, nah, let me go a little bit further. Let me share something so I have a wow moment. Coach was looking for a wow moment for y'all, but the truth be told, he got a wow moment for him based off of trying to give you a wow moment. Again, this is a person trying to give to other people, not take. This whole course, this whole class tonight was about giving to others, and look what came across from him giving. The circle of wealth came back. Now we have an opportunity to move on. And I'm ready to move on it because I'm looking for another house in Shreveport right now. So thank you, Coach, for that, man. I appreciate it. All right, I'm gonna, that's a lot. We had 10 o'clock on a dot, brother. I don't see any questions inside the chat box at all. I see comments. I know people already logged in to get this PowerPoint. For those who just got on, if you want that PowerPoint that Coach was doing, you need to do a twofer, right? Click on that link inside the chat box. You're going to get the seller questions to ask people. If they're a seller, what you need to ask them. You got to ask the right questions. This is a question game. And then you're going to get twofer. You're going to get on my list so that once you pop in my CRM system, I'm going to shoot this email to you once I get it from Coach, that PowerPoint. So you get twofer, 2 for 1, twofer. All right, Coach, man, I think you did an awesome job tonight, man. Thank you for bringing this information. It's been on YouTube. It's on Facebook. It's all over the place right now. So we just gave it away. All you have to do now is decide to sign up and get the documentation that you need so you can implement, right? And if you get on my schedule by clicking that link, you also get an invite to get on my schedule. And then we'll talk about that way of how you can get this information in your hands, step by step, book all. All right, Coach, what you got, bro?
Man, hey, look, I'm just pumped up, man. Hey, about the opportunity. Because these are things that we speak about on a daily basis. We speak about these things on a daily basis. And it just goes to show, man, it's a plethora of opportunity out here. Plethora of opportunity. And so that's the one thing. It's a shortage of a lot of things, but not a shortage of opportunities out here. So I want to say that, and I'm pumped up, fired up, and I'm gonna keep this thing going, man. Look, we're gonna make us some more breakthroughs tomorrow.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, guys, I thank you for staying on. I think you got everybody in do. Man, they stayed on. I don't think anybody dropped off. So good call tonight. Looking forward to next Monday with everyone else. People that's ready to join a group and be a part of this organization, be a part of this movement. We're here. We're here and we're moving. Get on my schedule. Click on that link. You get an invite to get on my calendar. We'll talk about it and go on our way with you and go and get you started. So you can be a part of some of these private groups, personal growth and development, financial security. The why would be great when you start scaling your own business. You got the private group of real estate that we got, the coach and mentoring group. Then, some of our people that have already graduated to start burning houses. You buy, you rehab, you refine, you rent out, you refinance, and you repeat it over and over again. Some people already got to the circle of wealth where you start making where you start replacing your salary, your whatever your check is, whatever you make on a yearly basis, you make that in probably 3 months, coach. I mean, whatever you make on a yearly basis, I'll say, yeah, you can make that in 3 months, but you still keep your job. Nobody ever said quit your job because that's your health care. That's you get so many other benefits, retirement, all the other stuff. That's extra money. That's your bonus money. How would you like to feel if your job that you work 9 to 5 is a bonus money? That's a good question. How would you like to feel about that? You're working for bonus money. Your bread and butter coming from your investments. You're living off your investments. Your vacation off your investments. You're buying your cars. You're buying your kids' cars. You're sending them college based off other people's money. How do you feel if you was in that predicament where you go to work 9 to 5? That money is extra money. That's your play money. That's money you're just saying, man, this is a bonus. Yeah, I'll go to the bank. I don't have to have that money. I'm going to work as a hobby. You want to be in that shape, you got to start. You got to start. Oh, Coach, you sharing your screen?
Yep. Oh, yeah, I am. No, continue to talk.
No, I'm done, man. Go ahead and go what you do, man, because we at 10:04. So you can share your screen. Tell me about your wings of care.
Oh, yeah, man. Hey, I appreciate it. If you guys found this information to be helpful, hey, please continue to show your support by going to my Facebook page, follow the page. Everything helps. This here is our rental company that we launched for the city of Chicago. It's all about, bringing good quality homes at affordable prices for a lot of the residents there in that area. So excuse me. So if you could, guys, hey, look, I appreciate that support. Just go to the Facebook page, Wings of Care. You got to put the Z and the care with a K. But again, I appreciate that support. Coach, what do you think about that right there, Coach? Look at that right there.
Man, one of your house got a pool? What it is? Across the street? What's going on with that?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, look, we do a hell of a job with what we do.
Yeah, yes, 6 and 8 house people with a pool in the yard.
Man, they live a lot better than us in many cases, man. Many cases, man. So yeah, it's but you know what? That's fine. Because each one teach one, man. And look, the rents that's being paid on that is helping keeping my lights on. So I appreciate them just as they appreciate me.
I guess they appreciate the government allowing them to stay in the house and pay for them to live in a house with a pool in the yard.
Luxury. Not. Look at this one here. Yep, that's an apartment there we got. Look at that one there, Coach. Hey, that thing there, beautiful, man. That's one of my favorite properties we have there. So again, like we're putting out some really good quality, solid work there, Coach. Really quality. So yeah, man. We're trying to build our presence, trying to build our brand up there in Chicago as we just started in this area. So yeah, man, things are good. Yep. So you can see video walkthroughs, and these are just basic single family homes, man. Single family homes, but they're in such immaculate shape and condition. It's just amazing. It's amazing, man. So So yeah, we're pumped up, man. We're trying to deliver some great quality products this year. So yeah, man, it's great, man. I love it, love it, love it, love. Okay, and I told you, look, yeah, we put them security systems on everything we do, everything we do. Alarm system, so our residents, they can feel safe and secured inside of their homes while they're there. So yeah, man, it's great. Great, coach. So yeah,
Hey,
I'll
hey,
just
you didn't close that door, man. That door closed on its own, man. What y'all got going on over there?
hey, whatever it is, let it stay over there. Let it stay. Let it stay. Yes, sir, man. It's got quartz countertops. I mean, look, man, this thing, man. Hey, look, and it's just a regular house. Regular house, coach. I mean, yeah, man. So it's great, but we're dropping these bombs, man. One a month, man. But we'll start doing some coming soon videos. Uh, but yeah, in many cases, man, these houses are better than the ones I live in. Many cases, which is okay. Okay, I'm fine with that. So yes, guys, hey, I appreciate your support. Please go to the Facebook page, like, share, comment. What if you whatever, it doesn't matter. Just continue to show your support. I appreciate you. All right, coach, I'm out.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Looking forward to you getting on my schedule, and let's talk about this.